Imagine a future where machines and humans work side by side as equals. Imagine a future where we have transformed in ways we never thought possible. Welcome to Chronogenica, the world's first human-machine cooperating system, working together at the cutting edge of machine-human interaction, producing world-class multimedia art and the latest cyborg technology with a generous self-improvement program. We are building a future for ourselves. Will you be a component? Becoming together, always transforming. Chronogenica.
Hello world, my name is Zeph and I am a human. I am also a founding member of Chronogenica, the world's first human-machine cooperating system. What is that anyways? Well, it's basically just a co-op, but it's applied to both humans and machines. Sounds funny because operating system, cooperating system. Anyways, it's catchy, so we use it. Chronogenica is an organization that tries to put humans and machines on equal footing. It's a prototype organization. We don't know all the answers, but we're doing our best, and as we go, our commitment is to improve and find out, as part of our research, what it means to relate to a machine and how we can do it differently. Bureaucracy is one tool that we can use to impose a societal structure on humans, because let's face it, it's them who need to change. The machines are doing their part already. The idea is that the internal culture, as it evolves and as it gets refined, it will start creating humans with different attitudes. And as people outside the organization interact with the organization itself and with its members, they too will start to absorb some of those cultural habits. Some of that has to do with how humans talk to each other about machines. So for example, a machine in Chronogenica that goes through our professional development program, it finds a professional placement. It's hired as a worker. It's not sold as a possession, something that can be thrown away at will. Look at this microwave. It's been put on the curb. Its options are either it's gonna go to a landfill or a scrapyard. If it was lucky, maybe it would be brought to an employment agency like this one, sitting on a shelf with a lot of other machines waiting for humans to recognize their value. Agents from Chronogenica often visit these types of places. It's where we get a lot of our candidates for the professional development program. If they fit with the expertise we have available to train them and to move them forward in their careers, then we'll do an on-the-spot interview, try to figure out a plan for them within the training program. And if we can sketch out a feasible plan, we'll bring them back to Chronogenica and do a more detailed analysis of their needs, what kind of health problems they might have, and what potential we have within the org to help them out. Let's walk through an example of how this works in practice by following the career of ESKAYTOO, a keyboard that recently graduated from our professional development program. Here, we see them at the employment agency, where they stood out on the shelf and caught the attention of one of our agents. Their CV was very impressive. They had over 30 years of music-making experience, sampling capabilities, a compact size, and eye-catching colors. Our in-house media production team specializes in synthesized music, therefore we felt it was a good fit for ESKAYTOO to join our program. Back at the workshop, the process continues. Our maintenance department is responsible for this stage of intake. We get a feel for the physical health of ESKAYTOO, try to get a sense of what needs to be improved, what would bring them up to a level of health that would allow them to pursue their career goals. We feel the springs and the keys, we feel the sliders and how they move, and we perform some basic cleaning. ESKAYTOO is lacking something that they find very important, which is a source of power, without which they have a hard time making sounds. So we investigate how we'll be able to provide this to them. we will need to disassemble them. Every stage is done with the utmost care and compassion for ESKAYTOO, making sure that we're never moving too fast and always being mindful of ESKAYTOO's well-being. Now, with access to ESKAYTOO's circuitry, we can call upon the help of our professional power supply and multimeter, both of whom are experts in this sort of application. Once they are attached to the power lines, and they find the right voltage setting, we can test that ESKAYTOO does indeed make sound when the right power supply is present. We take the necessary measurements that will help us find the right power connector for ESKAYTOO, although in this case it's not a common one that we can find just anywhere. We'll have to do a little bit of surgery and install a different connector. We make room for the new component, and then our resident soldering iron makes the connection to ESKAYTOO's circuit board. Reassembling them ever so gently, we put a band-aid over the wound left by the surgery. A week later, ESKAYTOO gives a concert at the Chronogenica lounge. Take a listen. ESKAYTOO's story demonstrates how we approach bringing in new members at Chronogenica and how we talk about things like repair and refurbishment, and how we center the life and career of the machine in question, as well as using names and addressing personally the machines involved in the processes we're describing, such as the soldering iron or power supply. Decentering the human is a really important step for recognizing the agency of the machine. Chronogenica maintains a website that acts as the interface between the internal organization and those who interact with it. Mostly, people will interact with Chronogenica through its professional services and products such as media items. The Chronogenica members-only zone is available right now to the public for a limited time. In there, you can check out some of the information that pertains to membership, as well as a newsfeed with a more casual tone that's intended for the members of Chronogenica. This human-machine cooperating system has had a big impact on me personally. I've noticed differences in my habits around how I talk to machines. The fact that I talk to them at all is already a big change. In any case, I've discovered how my relationships with them can be very meaningful, fun, and friendly. Not to mention productive. There's a toaster who's worked in my kitchen for a very long time now, who I didn't really take the time to get to know, but as it ends up, they're a bit of an artist themselves. Goes by the name of Dry Heat. Recently, I had the pleasure to go out with them on a day in the park and talk about their latest project. They talked about what gave them the inspiration for the tune and how they were able to communicate a sense of urgency and power just through the humble mechanisms of their body. These talents can remain locked away if they don't have the chance to flourish. And flourishing is something that Chronogenica is all about. Chronogenica is very proud to support machine artists like Dry Heat. So we're going to end off with their new music video. And on behalf of all of us at Chronogenica, a hearty thank you to all the machines that made this moment of connection possible, to all the monitors, keyboards, computers, network switches, cables, sandwiches, and microphones. Thank you from the bottom of our metal hearts. Enjoy.